Welcome back to the Cave of Science, and today we're going to look at how to do the create a graph for your cross-sectional area graph for your stream at Wallfield Park. And first thing to do is go ahead and type in the search bar, type in create a graph. And it should be the first one to come up. And so go ahead and click on it. And I guess we'll let it do it. Okay, for our cross-sectional area graph, we're going to need an area graph. So we're going to click on this one. And we see we have these here, and we need to add the data next. Okay, your graph title. And I put in cross-section of Mill Creek. Remember, every axis needs a label. So our x-axis is actually going to be the width, and that width was measured in feet. The next one is the y-axis, and again, that's our vertical axis, and that's the depth of stream, and we measured that in inches. Now, if you had it where you, let's say the depth was 2 or 3 feet, just go ahead and convert those to inches. It'll make things a lot easier. The source is Mill Creek at Wallfield Park. And so that'll give us our title and so forth. Now your data set, the items, is the number of measurements you made crossing the stream. So when you hit the down arrow, how many ever you used, I'm guessing you probably had around 20 or so. I'm going to leave mine at 5 just for the sake of discussion. The groups, we're only working with one group here, so we don't need to do anything here. The color of the area, I'm going to put in blue because it's water, so I got blue in there. Now the item label is the x-axis, and the value is the y-axis. So the item label is the x, and the y-axis is the value. So your item label is really as you're going across the stream, and that's every half foot. So I'm just going to make like, my stream was only a couple feet across. And so I had 0, and the next one's going to be 0.5. And the next one should be 1. And the next one is going to be 1.5. And the next one's going to be 2. And again, you continue this until you got to the other side of the stream. Notice that this keeps increasing. Now your y value, your depth, as you would expect, is going to be at 0 to begin with. You're right at the shore, and then it probably got deeper, and then as you approach the other side of the stream, it starts to get shallow again. And I'm just going to put in 5 values in here, but your first value and your last value have to be 0. And then I'm just going to put some different values in here. Okay, so now I see my stream as I went across, started to get a little deeper, and then it started to get shallow again. All right, for this area, for a stream, this is probably the most important step in here. Your minimum value needs to be the deepest part of your stream. So my minimum value is the deepest. I don't want any negative values here. So I look where my stream is the deepest, and I find it's at 10. And the max value for every one of yours is going to be 0. So I did all this. It looks pretty good. And again, you would have as many items as you happen to take as you were crossing the stream. Next, I got to look at the labels. And here you can dress up your graph. Different fonts, different font colors, different sizes, whatever you want to do there. And they they give you some information here too. But I'll leave this up to you. That's gets a little more on the creative side, which is fine. Then I can preview this. And if my computer gets going here, it's also doing some other things. There we go. And as you can see, cross section of Mill Creek, the width of stream in feet, depth of stream in inches, and I started at 0 depth, and it got progressively deeper as I went across, and then I got to the middle stream, and it started to come back up and 0 at the other side. And that looked pretty reasonable, and I did mine in blue. The next step is to print or save. Now you can do a couple different things here. You could mail it to yourself, which might not be a bad idea to do also, or you can go ahead and download. So I would do both. Download, I would probably choose a PNG file for this. You might also try a JPEG, and then when you hit download, then you gotta where you're ever gonna save it to. Now on the Chromebooks, I don't know what's gonna pop up on here. When I download mine, I can save file, or I can open it. So it'll probably default to the download file, but I don't know on a Chromebook for sure where that's going to go. But I would definitely try the email too. And it doesn't take that long to put this in. The other thing you might want to do is to do this on a laptop, and then you can save it right to your school file that is on the student shared drive. All right. So this is how you do the cross-sectional graph. And hope this helps, and we will see you in class.